Iced coffee is my lifeline in the spring and summertime. Okay, so welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you so much for coming around. Today we're gonna do May favorites. May favorites? Yes, because we're in June now. Okay, so honestly, you guys, May has been a very neutral month for me in makeup wise. I haven't really been dabbling in a lot of color per se, but quite a few new products that maybe I haven't mentioned, and a couple of repeated products that I have been loving. So with that said, I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to start off with lippies this time because every other video I always end off with lipsticks, but this time I wanted to take it up a notch and kind of do it differently. So excuse me, the lippies that I have been loving this month, and you know what, I've been trying a few lippies out, I'm not gonna lie. A couple I love, a couple I don't love. The ones that I have been consistent with throughout the month of May are these. This is the Buxom Big and Healthy lipstick in the shade Nantucket. So it looks like that. It's just a perfect peachy nude for every day. So that's what it looks like. That's Nantucket. Here's the packaging. You know what? I like to keep this in my purse because when I am, up and about doing my thing during the day, if I need to apply some lipstick, I have a neutral that goes with any makeup look that I'm wearing. So this one is beautiful. And you know what? I wanted to put this in my project pan because this is a lot of product. Like, look at this. This is a ton of product. So I'm going to see if I can maybe, try to use it up for the year. I love these. I think I had one in every color, and then I gave it 2 away because I had one that was more of a baby pink, but a blue tone pink. Very cool undertone. I gave that to my niece because she is more of like a baby pink type of girl. And then I think I gave another one away that was like a deep purple to my sister-in-law. So I only have 3 left of this particular product. I have Nantucket, Las Vegas, and another one I forgot what it's called. But these are great, and they have like a really slight mintiness to it. Very, very subtle. You wouldn't even really notice it. They're not strong. And the shades are just beautiful neutrals. So that has been a thumbs up this month. Now, what's on my lips today is my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Stepping Out. I like to pair this with a little bit of a darker liner, only because it is such a stunning color. Like, look at that. It looks darker on my lips right now because I am wearing a darker liner underneath, but this one is another one that I like to wear on an everyday basis, and this is more of a liquid form opposed to like lipstick form. And it's the packaging is small and compact, so I can take it with me if I need to, run around and do some errands. But this one stays on all day long. I went to my doctor's today. I had lunch. I ate lunch. And I'm still drinking my coffee. There is a slight bit of transfer with this product, but it's not like a bad transfer because the color still sticks on your lips. So it's not very drying. It's very comfortable. I don't have to worry about it, moving around. So I do love this formula. I don't know if they have still these in stock because I know that they reformulated and they sent out a new line of lipsticks to bigger YouTubers. So I don't know if these are still available, but if they are, please do try to get a hold of them. They are a great formula. They're very comfortable. This one is the only one that I own because it was really the only color I really truly wanted. I'm starting to become one of those people where I'm not going to just buy the entire collection just because. I only will get, 1 or 2 colors I know I will wear throughout the year. So that is Stepping Out by Smashbox. It is a thumbs up. Now I have 3 lip liners. The first lip liner is by MAC. This is called the Naked Liner, and it is really a light lip liner. It's lighter than my actual lips. And I like this liner because it nudes out my lips. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it nudes out my lips to the point where I can use a lighter lipstick. Let's say I want to use like a peachier lipstick and I want the peach to come out more. If I line my lips with the Naked Liner by MAC, the color of the lipstick will come to form instead of it just applying on my regular lip base, like my regular lip because everybody's lips are pigmented, right? So it depends on your pigmentation of your lips, how the lip product will appear on your lips. So if I want to kind of, you know, bring the lip color true to color, I'll use the Naked Liner all over. I'll fill in my lips with this so that the color will definitely pop. And it's a great one. I love it. I love it for stuff like that, especially for this time of year when you have brighter colors you want to use. The Naked Liner is something that I definitely gravitate towards when I'm using brighter lip colors. The next one is an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Naked. I find that this one is a good lip liner that's peachy. It's got like a peachy undertone. I can't really describe it. I don't know if you guys can see there. So it's like, it's a nude, but it's got like a peachy-esque undertone, and it's creamy, and I love how it applies to my lips. I don't feel like I'm like ripping off my lips or causing damage. Glides, it does glide. I have to say the whole glide on aspect of it is true. Very creamy, very easy to apply. I would definitely repurchase these. They are more on the pricier side. Like the MAC lip liners are, I think they go between 18 to 20. The Urban Decay ones, I think they range between 20 to 25. I can't exactly remember. So they are a little bit on the, you know, higher end version. But if you don't own many liners and you consistently use them, then these are worth it because then you use them every day. You know, I have a ton of lip liners, and I just find that even though there's some really great high-end ones, lip liners to me are something that I don't think I would really, you know, splurge on unless I'm trying the product out just to give my opinion the one time. But I don't know if I would repurchase high-end lip liners like the Urban Decay ones. I think it would all depend if I'm treating myself or not. The MAC ones I'll always repeat and purchase because the MAC formula I do love. They're more of a stay on type of lip liner. They're a bit drier formula, but I do like the drier formula for, you know, locking on the lip color that I'm looking for. The Urban Decay one is a more creamier consistency, so it's not as locked down as a MAC pencil would be. The final lip liner is by Polito, and this is in Cafe. I'm actually wearing this one with the Smashbox lipstick today. This one is like more of a reddish brick color, which I find is very interesting because when I think of cafe, like a coffee, I think of like, you know, a color like this. So that one there is definitely not related in any way to a coffee, unless you're thinking maybe of a coffee bean, but even coffee beans are a lot darker than this. This is more of a red undertone. I would compare this to like a red brick brown, basically. Again, I'm wearing it today. I filled in my lips with this, and then I topped it with my Smashbox liquid lipstick, and that is my combo today. But I have been loving all of these for most of the month of May. You know, since I had the coffee in my hand, I might as well take a sip, you know what I mean? So yeah, these are the colors I gravitated towards mostly in the month of May. I had gained a ton of lip products in April for my birthday. There was quite a few lippies that I did purchase and I did invest in, testing them out and, trying to gain an opinion to let you guys know my thoughts. So far, these ones have been the ones I gravitate towards only because, I've tried the formula enough and I'm comfortable with the formula to be able to give you guys my opinions. I will definitely keep you posted for June on, what new lippies I am trying out because I'm trying to change out my lippies every month as well. Well, I'm trying to change out my lippies every week to kind of, figure out what it is I like and what it is I don't. So I definitely will let you know, but those have been my lippy loves for the month of May. What are we going to do here? So for skincare, I think I've shown you this in one of my Friday favorites. So I started using last month the Versali Rosehip Radiance Natural Cleanser made with plant pure extracts for all skin types. This puppy I was using for, a good week or two. Then I stopped using it and I tried I picked up a new coconut oil face cleanser, which is probably the worst idea ever for me because it does contain coconut oil in it, and coconut oil, if you guys did not know, can clog your pores. So it did break me out, that coconut oil one, and I was mortified. I was getting bumpy on my skin. I was getting like significant bumps that like it just didn't look like my skin how I usually like it. So I ended up stopped using that coconut oil cleanser. I'm now using as a shaving cream for my legs because it's hydrating, but at least it doesn't mess up with my face. And then I went back to this. So I got off of that coconut oil cleanser and I came back to this, and I'm telling you, within 2 days of using this, my skin started to go back to normal, and it was unbelievable. This contains rosehip seed oil, rich in vitamins A, C, E, and F. I kid you not, this is also sulfate and paraben free. It's cruelty free. And obviously the bottle is recyclable, it says down there at the bottom. So this was 8 fluid ounces. I think this was about almost $20, close to. I got it on the Versali website, and I absolutely love it. I think it's such a great gentle cleanser, and you know what? I honestly would buy it again. It's like a pinky gel consistency. It's not very soapy, like it doesn't lather up, but it does melt off all of your dirt, oil, and makeup from your face. It's a very soothing cleanser, and I absolutely fantastically love this stuff. It is a little bit more on the high-end side, I have to admit, but honestly, when it comes to my face, when you're out and about, your face is the first thing people will see. So, trying to take care of your skin over your whole body, but especially your face, is very important to me, especially because I've had acne issues, in the past. I still do, not as bad as I used to, but it was a definite confidence issue for me. So, keeping up and taking care of my skin is a huge thing. And because I went back to using this after breaking out from the other product I tried using, my skin now is starting to, get better and clear up. I still have like light bumps here and there, but they're definitely not as bad as when they first started breaking out. And then, as soon as I went back to this and I started using this again, my skin just completely did a turnaround within 2 days. Within 2 days of using this, my skin was starting to calm, itself, and started to go back down, texture-wise was starting to go back down again. So I have to say, this is a great cleanser. I do have I do have the Versali volcanic elixir, and that's a nighttime serum, which I haven't started using yet, but I do plan on it. I have 2 bottles of those, and I'm excited to use those. My next purchase is going to be the gold elixir for during the day. I'm kind of waiting because I want to buy that gold elixir closer to the fall time, just so that I'm not super oily in the summer, because in the summer I usually do get more oilier in the T-zone, and just, I don't want to add oil during the day to my face if I can avoid it, just to keep me a little more matte. I still hydrate my skin no matter what. In the summertime, I do hydrate my skin. I just use a lighter moisturizer, just something that's oil free, so I don't, get all gross and oily during the day. But like I said, this cleanser is amazing. I've seen what it can do, especially when your skin is freaking out from a reaction to another product, and it is phenomenal, like phenomenal. I think they changed the packaging now. I think it's in a squeezy tube, but hell, I will be repurchasing that when I do have my cleanser stash, down a little bit. It's going to be on my top of my list to purchase again. So with that said, I do have a face mask. It is an affordable face mask. This is the Facial Enzyme Mask Pineapple 2-in-1 exfoliating mask. So this is by Freeman, and if you guys have not tried this, this is great. It's a very gentle exfoliating mask. You apply it, it's like a jelly form. It's a yellow jelly form. It's got like fine granules inside the formula. You apply it all over your face, you spread it out. You let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you with warm water, you massage it off, and those granules will start to exfoliate off any, dead skin that you may have. The enzymes in the mask definitely help with the exfoliation. And I find that my skin is so baby soft after I use this. So I do love it. It is affordable. You get it at Walmart under $5. It's a great steal, and you do get a lot. You get 6 fluid ounces, so this should last you for a while if you're using it on your own. But if you do have other people using it in the house, it's still worth it because you get 6 fluid ounces for under $5, and it's not going to break the bank. So this is a thumbs up. A lot of the Freeman masks that I've tried so far have been pretty good. I haven't tried every single one yet, but the ones that I have tried, I'm actually quite impressed with. So that's, again, on my thumbs up list as well. Sticking with skincare, so, with a lot of, testing products and whatnot, I did get a little bit of breaking out. Not breaking out. I don't want to say breaking out, because breaking out I did get through using that coconut oil cleanser. But along with using that, there was something going on where I would get quite a bit of texture on my face, and I just did not like it. I started using, again, my Ole Henriksen Truth Serum Collagen Booster, and I found that it helped get rid of the texture I had. in conjunction with the Versali Rose Hip cleanser. So, you know, the cleanser was helping remove all of the dirt, makeup, and oil and all that. And then the serum I used at nighttime really helped with more so texture than the breakouts. Texture is not necessarily breakouts. It could be just like bumps on your skin that are not necessarily acne, but they could be a reaction, an allergic reaction to something in your skincare, or, you know, something you ate, or in the environment in general. I find that vitamin C does help a lot with texture, especially for me in particular. So this was a 0.5 fluid ounce jar, and as you can see, I'm like more than halfway down the bottle. So when this does run out, I do have another vitamin C serum to use, and I do love vitamin C for that reason. It helps a lot with texture, and as much as I love Ole Henriksen, this is so expensive. Like, it's unbelievably expensive. I think like a full bottle of this, like the 1 ounce size, is, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $80 to $100 Canadian. But it's so worth it. I'm trying to find alternatives that are a little cheaper to this, but do the same thing. So, you know, I'll keep you posted if and when I find something that works similarly. But the Ole Truth serum, the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum, is a definite thumbs up for me as well. Get yourself a sample at Sephora, you guys. It is so great. Love it. Helps with hydration, collagen boosting, texture minimizing. It's an all-around great product. Okay, so I have 2 primers I want to talk to you about. Primers, moisturizers, whatever you want to call them. So the first one is the Clinique Prep Start Hydro Blur Moisturizer. This is basically a moisturizer that blurs your pores, and it does work. I have tried it out, and first of all, it hydrates my skin, it makes my skin feel supple. At the same time, it does blur my pores pretty much everywhere on my face, because I do use this all over my face. But I just find that I feel like when I use this, my skin is basically an even canvas ready for foundation. So this is a great moisturizer for before applying makeup. So if you're looking for a moisturizer to apply before your makeup, this is a great one. If I'm not mistaken, it's oil free. It doesn't say. This is a deluxe size sample, but I do have the full size of this in my backup. And I do love it. And I do love it because it does hydrate, but it also blurs your pores at the same time. So you can do this is basically a 2-in-1. A lot of the times I will use a moisturizer and then go in with a blurring primer. I can't talk today. But this, you can kind of skip the 2-step and just do it in one using this product in particular. So this is a great one. I do love it. I have been using it, and it is definitely a thumbs up in my book. Clinique is more on the affordable side of the high-end spectrum. So if you are interested, you could always ask for a sample, and also, you know, it's more on the affordable side of the high-end spectrum of products. So thumbs up for that one. And then another one that I have been really loving is the Too Faced Proactive Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. This is with coconut water, probiotic-based ingredients, and skin revisors, and it's silicone-free. This one's really good too. You get 1.35 fluid ounces. The packaging is great because it comes with a pump. The only thing I don't like about the Clinique one is the packaging. It comes in a jar, so you have to scoop it out with a scooper. This one's more travel friendly, I think, because it does come in a pump. You can just, you know, throw it in your makeup bag and pump it out when you need it. It is a little more expensive than the Clinique one. I think this one is $40 and the Clinique one is about $35-ish, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is a little bit more, you know, a little bit more expensive by like $5 or so. But I do love it. It makes my skin feel replenished, and it makes it feel very hydrated, so that when I do apply my foundation, I'm not feeling that foundation is sticking to my, you know, dry patches. So there is no silicones in here, so this is not going to blur your skin. You know, the Clinique one will definitely blur your pores on your skin and even out any texture you might have. This one will not do that. This one is basically more like a basic moisturizer with coconut water. That's how I can describe this. It's basically a moisturizer with coconut water. That's the best way I can kind of put it. And I am, I'm okay with that. Like, there's some days where I will go in with the Clinique Prep Start, and then there's some days that I'll go in with my Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, depending on what you're looking for that day. If I want more of a blurred pore look, I will definitely go with the Clinique Prep Start. If I just want a little bit of moisture in my skin, and then I'll do like a pore primer, second step, then I'll just go in with my Hangover RX. It really depends on your preference, and, I'm bougie, so I kind of go back and forth between the two. I do have a couple other facial primers that are similar to the Hangover RX that are in other companies that I'd like to compare to this, so I'll keep you guys posted. They are a little cheaper in price, so I'll let you guys know. So far, the Too Faced one is the highest one that I own, and I tried, and it is pretty good. I do have to say, the hype around it is real for a reason. But if you can't afford it, there are other options, and stay tuned for that coming in the next few weeks. I will let you know. But this one is definitely a thumbs up. Okay, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can because I'm already at like 26 minutes, but I'm definitely going to speed this video up. You wait, you guys. My bronzer is the Bahama Mama bronzer. Guys, I hit pan. Can you believe that? Like, this is unbelievable. I like this bronzer. I'm wearing it today because it is very cool toned. It is not, depending, if you really go heavy hand with this may come off as a little muddy. So you have to be careful because it does come off as a little muddy if you do too much. But if you kind of go light hand with a big fluffy brush, perimeter and your cheekbone area and then under your neck, it will not look that bad. It actually looks pretty good and very natural in the sense that, it looked like you stayed a day in the sun and you got hit on the highest points. You got hit on the points of your face that, sun would normally give you some color. So I've been loving that. It has been a favorite of mine since I finished my last bronzer and started using this one. I do like it. It is a matte bronzer. There's no shimmer in it at all, so that's what I do love. And it is small enough to use for travel, which is great. And it comes with a little mirror, so I like that idea that, the mirror can... Sorry, I blinded you guys. The mirror can be used for when you're traveling as well. So for the, I don't normally wear a lot of blush, which is weird because I have 24 blushes in my makeup collection. If you guys didn't know that, or you want to know how much of each category I own, you can definitely go back to my makeup inventory. I'm hoping, if I haven't posted it yet, I will post it, but if it is already posted, I will link it down below. So I have been using quite a bit of blush this month, and I only have been using one blush in particular. This is my MAC blush in Honey Jasmine. I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you can really tell. It's a very, very light terracotta orange, and I love this, especially for the summer, because it blends in with your bronzer, but it makes you just look so, like, kissed by the sun. I can't even describe it. It's a beautiful color. I love it. I've been using it. It is great. You know what? I haven't hit pan, which... matte blushes are a little more compact press, so it takes longer to get through one. But, I continue to use this because I love it. And I have to say, I'm glad that I shopped my stash on that one because it is a thumbs up. Okay, so my final products, you guys, are some palettes I want to share with you for the month of May, which I'm sure you probably know 2 of the 3 already. So the first one I'm going to shout out is the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette. I believe I picked this up in April, maybe March. Can't remember when it released. This is what the colors look like. Beautiful shades. I have been using Kitty Cat and Glow Getter probably the most, and maybe sometimes Daydream. But those 2 I have been using the most. I don't know if you can tell by the pans because I have butched Glow Getter quite a bit. They're really, really pigmented. They do have a little glitter in them, and in the pan they look super glittery. But when you swatch them, they don't look as bad. And a lot of people are a little bit, turned off by how they look in the pan. But I always say, never judge a book by its cover. Always, apply it to the face before you judge. So that's what Glow Getter looks like on my hand. It's not like a chunky glitter. It's just a metallic. That's what it is. But in the pan, it looks a little more chunkier than what a lot of people prefer. So, like I said, here, I'm going to swatch Kitty Cat as well. So that's what Kitty Cat looks like. And we're going to... And keep in mind, I've got a bit of a tan going on, so That's what Kitty Cat looks like. So beautiful metallic. They're not like chunky glittery. They're just super, super, super metallic. And that's what I really love about these, because a lot of highlighters nowadays are used for more of a light highlight. There are not many that are this like pigmented. So Glow Getters here, Kitty Cats here. You know, I'm not going to swatch the whole thing because I did do a video on this palette. But I do love this palette. The only thing I'm kind of bummed about is that it didn't come with a mirror, and I would have preferred it with a big mirror, just so that like I could use it for when I'm traveling. Because if I bring this traveling, I can't really use, like, there's no mirror in here, so it kind of sucks. But other than that, it is a very versatile palette. Different skin tones can use this. Very light skin tones can use white and mix in other shades to kind of lighten it up a bit. You know, and darker skin tones can use this as well. You can use them as eyeshadows, as highlighters, whatever you want. I do love this palette. Anastasia did a great job with Nicole. Nicole is probably one of the first YouTubers I started watching way back in the day. And yes, I did get this with my own money. So it is one of those things where, you know, I didn't get PR to talk about it or anything like that. This is definitely my own money. Just so you guys know, if anything was sent to me via PR, and they wanted me to do a review, I would let you guys know that, and I would let you guys know my true opinions. Some people kind of feel that because YouTubers get PR, they will not give them their true opinion. Now, I don't know about anybody else because I'm not in anybody else's head in YouTube land, but for me, if something was sent to me and sent to me for my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. So just throwing that out there. Another thing I picked up in the month of May, was it May or April? Now I can't remember. I think it was maybe April. Jesus, I don't even remember. I can't remember. I'm so like out of it. Maybe this was early May. The Becca and Chrissy Teigen collection. So I never picked up the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette because I picked up the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop in individual pan form, and then I also picked up Prosecco Pop in individual pan form not too long ago. So I never really needed the big Jaclyn Hill palette. This one is Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen is a beautiful model. She is with John Legend, has a kid with him. She's so cute. She's beautiful. I just really loved her as a person, as a representative. And when I saw this palette, it looked similar to Jaclyn Hill's, but the difference is this. Even though it came with one blush, a bronzer, and the rose gold highlighter, it also came with a new highlight that's called Beach Nectar. And even though Jaclyn's came with a new highlight as well, that was Prosecco Pop, I found that I would probably use this more for traveling in the summertime, only because rose gold is one of my favorite highlighters from Becca. So it just made sense that I had rose gold in this palette along with a different highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush. I had all that in one. I would only need to carry this palette with me for those particular products, and it came with a beautiful, beautiful mirror. So packaging is beautiful. It's a rose gold. The front is beautiful as well. I really did like this palette. I had used it in the month of May. I used the blush and I used the bronzer and I used the two highlighters mixed together, and I used them separately. The blush is a little more of a sheen. It looks really pigmented. It looks really pigmented in the pan, and when you swatch it, it does look pigmented. But when you actually apply this with a brush, it does apply to the skin with a very, very light sheen. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's very, very, very light. And I'm okay with that. I don't think I would have used the blush if it was super, super pigmented like it shows in the pan, because I don't not want to look like a clown. I think, you know, less is more when it comes to blush in particular. Now, highlight, I cannot say that sentence for highlight, because highlight girl, again, you highlight and I'm freaking highlighting every high point of my face and, you know, my décolleté and, oh, girl. Because let's face it, I love highlight. But when it comes to blush, I just find that it's a little bit more risque when you use a very, very pigmented blush. So you have to go heavy hand. This one is not as pigmented, and it does look beautiful with the sheen that it gives on the skin. So I do love how that one's formulated. Some people love pigmented blushes and some people don't. I'm not a fan of super pigmented blushes. I like a blush that I can build up to my comfort level, if you guys know what I mean. So that is a thumbs up and great for travel. My last palette I wanted to tell you guys is something that might be discontinued already, and if it's not discontinued, I believe it will be discontinued, unfortunately. This is the Stila in the Know eyeshadow palette. Now, I've already picked up 2 of these at the store for 2 people in my family. This, first of all, comes with a mirror, and here are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 eyeshadows. They're all matte. It also comes with a liner, a gray liner, but I put the liner in my stash. You get very neutral colors, and they're all named after not parts of the world, like landmarks, but they're mostly named after elements in the world. So air, wind, desert, clay, earth, driftwood, fire, rain, smoke, ebony. That kind of theme. I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. I'm wearing these 2 in the crease. This is setting my eyeshadow primer. And then I smoke it out with fire in the crease to kind of warm up the crease a little. And sometimes if I'm doing a night look, I'll deepen it with driftwood and rain here. Smoke and ebony I don't use too often. If I do, it's for liner purposes or just simply smoking out a little bit of the outer corner. But I don't use them as much as I use the other 8 shadows here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. Everybody loves that matte black in a palette, and this is the one here. It comes also with a very nice dark matte brown. So you have a matte black and a matte brown, it's perfect. You can use this to travel because you could use this for your eyeshadow and your brows. Driftwood is like a taupey brown. You can use this in your brows, or you can use ebony, or you can even use earth, which is more of a chocolatey or darker brown. So this is very versatile. Along with using your eyes, you can use it with your eyebrows. And it's great for travel because it's thin and it's not, like, you don't have to worry about it breaking. It is a cardboard, but I wouldn't worry about it like flimsing or anything because it's pretty sturdy. So this was the palette that I used for the month of May. If you guys are not aware, I promised myself I wanted to give more love to my palettes that I own. And I said to myself I would choose 1 palette per month and I would give all the love and the attention that it deserves because I did make these purchases and I do like these colors, and I want to be able to kind of, you know, show the love on it. It's been a great journey for me to do this type of activity because it gets me to know you know, what palettes I enjoy and what palettes I don't. And the ones that I decide that I'm not really, you know, feeling, I give them away to someone who would enjoy it more than I did. And I did that already. I used the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. I think it was the month of February, if I'm not mistaken. And I realized after using it for a full month that I had so many of those colors in other palettes I owned. I didn't need a duplication of those colors. So I gave that to my niece and she's gladly using it because she needed something like that for herself. So it's a great exercise for me in particular because I find that I'm using the product and I'm seeing if I truly love it, if I do enjoy it, and if I don't, if it doesn't bring me enough joy, then I decide at the end of the month to let that palette go. But for this one, I do love it. It will be staying in my collection. It's been a great all matte palette I can bring, you know, with me for different occasions, especially traveling. And it's a great one. I'm a matte shadow lover because as I'm getting older, I'm finding I don't like to accentuate too much any of my fine lines. But don't get me wrong, I still love my shimmers all over the lid. I just don't think I'll ever use a shimmer as a crease transition color, if you guys know what I mean. I don't know. So yeah, that was my monthly favorites for May. That was a long-ass video. I'm so sorry, you guys. Make sure that you at some point got a snack in this. I totally didn't realize how long this would be. I tend to talk a lot. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below if you added any of these products to your wish list. I would love to know. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.